What is going on, everybody? It is Jamil with MILMID Studios. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this new video. Guys, so much has been changing in our lives. Emily and I started our little family with the birth of little Gia. We actually moved to a whole new town. We got a beautiful home that we're super happy with. We're still sort of living out of boxes, but we're getting everything in place. The office space has been set up. That was a priority. But I do want to say thank you guys so much for your patience, your support, the love, the comments, the messages that I'm getting on social media. You guys are great. We're making a great community. Speaking of which, we just concluded our 2,000 sub giveaway, guys, and I selected 2 winners. Congratulations to Jesse and Alex. You guys will be sent a Peter McKinnon camera tool. I want to thank you for your submissions. You guys deserve it, and thank you so much for your support. So today's going to be pretty much a life update. Like I said, we recently moved, we had a kid, so many changes going on. But I wanted to kind of show you guys around. One of the things that we were looking for when we got a place was, we didn't care if it was an older place, we just wanted a bungalow and we wanted a nice size yard. I think we got both of those things with this new place. So tell you what, let's head to the office and I'll show you how I've set it up so far. Things are subject to change, but let's check it out. Okay, so here's the office space as it sits right now. Not a massive space, but the way that I've set it up is that I have this back wall over here to do some portraiture. Computer setup here, subject to change. I do want to get a pull-out couch in here, so I could also kind of double it as a secondary or a guest suite. And then I kind of have stuff scattered over here I got to take care of. Got the trusty Leica. You can't even see it. So like I said, a lot of this stuff is subject to change, but I am super happy with the setup so far. All right, so before we get into the rest of the video, guys, just a quick reminder to check out www.milmidstudios.com. You can support the channel by picking up one of 2 or even both of my preset packs for Lightroom. I have a color workflow and a black and white workflow. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. And for those of you who've picked up a preset, really appreciate you. Thanks so much. So I was thinking for this video, I could update you with what's in my camera bag. Some of you may have seen the review that I did with this Brevity jumper backpack. This is the bag that I am using, I have been using, and it's done me well, really. It's held all the things that I typically need for a day trip while out shooting street photography. Durability wise, it's held up quite well. So I do have a review on this bag. If you haven't as yet, be sure to check that out, and there will be a link if you want to purchase one. Another piece of kit that has really upped my workflow, and I actually did an unboxing of this guy, is this MacBook Pro with the M2 chip. I strongly and heavily recommend that if you are into content creation, you're utilizing programs like Final Cut Pro, you have heavy files, 4K, whatever the case may be, you want a computer that can handle those files and can render those files so that you're not waiting all day and you're not held back by slow performing computers. So this is the MacBook Pro with the M2 chip. I carry this around with me. If not this, then I typically have my iPad with me, but this has been exceptional for content creation and just photography and video editing. Another piece of kit, very important piece of kit for my channel and just my hobby and business as a photographer, is the Canon R3. I don't have it in my hands obviously because I'm recording with it right now. This camera has been awesome as a hybrid camera. I do talking head stuff with it, I do B-roll with it, I shoot photography with it. In terms of the kind of photography that I shoot, it may be slightly overkill, but I did buy this camera for this channel. And through this camera, it has given me more eyes, it has grown my audience, and it's been a great workhorse. It hasn't let me down quite yet. We'll segue into the second body that I have, which is the Leica Q2 monochrome. It's the fixed 28mm Summicron 1.7. This is a black and white camera. So this is not so much a workhorse as it is a very niche and specialized tool that I use for my content creation. If you guys have been looking at my channel, I have been leaning towards doing black and white photography almost full time. There's always a place for color, and I love color photography. I mean, that's where I started, but this has really opened my eyes and given me an appreciation for black and white photography. Beautiful camera. Looking forward to the Q3 monochrome. Now for audio, what I'm using right now, what I typically carry with me in my camera bag is this Rode Wireless Go 2. I use this for external audio recording. There's a couple other options that I use, and one is this H4n. Sometimes if I'm doing talking head stuff, or depending on what the circumstance or the use is, I will use this guy over my Rode Wireless Go. Finally, there is this Audio-Technica mic that I use. I have started using a lot more of, especially for talking head videos. The quality out of this thing is phenomenal. A very important piece of kit, especially for the content that I do, is my GoPro Hero 10 Black. Now, I haven't upgraded to the latest GoPro because this really has everything I need, and I do have ND filters. This is the ND4. I bought a pack of ND filters on Amazon. The most I've ever used is the 4 or no ND filter, and I'm able to get high quality content out of this guy. Battery is not bad. However, I do notice that in very hot weather, sometimes this can overheat, especially if you're shooting like 5.3K high frame rate footage. The battery can overheat. So in the back of my head, I am looking for more options. If you guys have some options for POV content, be sure to type it in the comments. In terms of lenses, guys, now I did a video comparing the 85 1.2 to the 70 to 200, and I did some portraits. And after that video, I actually decided reluctantly to sell my 70 to 200, and I just kept the 85. Now, do I regret it? Slightly, because the 7200 is a very versatile lens. It's a beautiful lens. It's an optically sharp lens. So I've been kind of looking around on the used market to see if I can catch a good deal on one. But so far, my lenses are as followed. The lens that I have on my camera right now is the 15 to 35 f2.8, the RF lens. Then I have the 85 f1.2. This is my Big Daddy portrait lens. Love this thing. As long as I'm using Canon and the RF system, I will never be parting with this. Recently, I picked up the 28 2.8. Now this is a cool lens, really compact, good size, and the picture out of it, I was impressed. And I actually compared this in a recent video. I compared the 28 f2.8 to the 15 to 35. And you may be surprised as to the quality, especially for a lens. This goes for about $400 Canadian, so American, I'll put it on the screen. And then finally for lenses, nothing special, but I do have the Nifty 50, the RF mount. This is a versatile lens. I did a POV street photography session with this guy, and I was very pleasantly surprised with the picture out of it. In terms of the quality coming out of this thing, it's not optically perfect. But it's a light lens, it's portable, and it's an f1.8, so allows for a good amount of light to come in. You can use it for low light shooting. They call it the Nifty 50 for a reason, and it's a great lens. Another very important piece of kit, guys, is this VND filter from Peter McKinnon. It's 2 to 5 stops. It does come with a 6 to 9 stop. I do want to pick that up, but I haven't as yet. And I actually gave one of these guys away for the 1,000 sub giveaway. Be sure to stay tuned for the 3,000 sub giveaway. We're going to do another giveaway. But this is awesome. It gives you lateral and versatility to be able to shoot in bright scenarios at a low aperture. This is awesome, and it goes everywhere with me. It's the 82mm thread for the 15 to 35, and obviously you can get them either bigger or smaller depending on what your needs are. Another important piece of kit, guys, that I do use some of the time. Some of you guys have noticed that when I'm doing street photography, I usually don't use a strap at all, but Peak Design has created this really cool strap system. It's pretty modular, and I'll show you how it works. These little knobs right here, this guy right here, this attaches to the outsides, on the sides of your camera. There are little loops that the camera straps would usually attach to. These guys just clip onto the sides there, and then you're allowed to quickly strap your camera or remove your camera from the strap. So it's very efficient. It's it's really worked for me. I've used this for quite some time for weddings and whatnot. Really good. And speaking of Peak Design, in terms of a carry clip, I have this guy as well. This is a Peak Design tool that allows you to strap this bottom platform, this bottom plate, to your camera. So just where you would attach your tripod. So I'll just get the Leica Q2. So this right here, this platform attaches and screws just to the bottom there. The other piece, this piece right here, clips onto your backpack strap. So on your backpack strap, it allows you to put this little piece tightly to the strap. And then your camera, which would be attached to this, you can just clip it right there. So the camera essentially is just hanging hands-free. And yes, you can trust it. I've used these for quite some time, but it's really convenient. If you don't want to use a strap or you don't want to freehand it and you want to put it away, you can just click, hold it right there. So this I do use sometimes, especially if I'm traveling. Really good. Peak Design, they've got some great tools and great kit. So finally, guys, another piece of kit that I carry with me at all times, and the prize for this latest giveaway is this Peter McKinnon camera tool. I love this thing. It is pricey, there's no doubt about that, but it's a great piece of kit to have, whether it's for photography or just general purpose, general tasks around the house. I've used this thing while putting together various things around the house as we're moving in and I don't have my screwdriver handy. This thing comes in super handy. And also this really cool feature where it actually holds your SD card. There's a slot in this tool to hold an SD card, an extra SD card. Really cool. Congratulations to Alex and Jesse, who will be receiving one of these tools. Be sure to subscribe to the channel because we're doing another giveaway at 3,000 subs. If you guys aren't subscribed yet, be sure to do that. Like, comment. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. Remember that the best gear is the gear you have and the best photos are the ones you take. Don't forget to keep on shooting.